This is Matrix Lord 212 for the Apology Tour. Okay, so what am I talking about? Well, I want to explain a little bit of a story because back in the day, a long time ago, um, the real Whovians were hit with what we call now trolls, where they had developed fake accounts attacking us, creating fake accounts of me, of the members, trying to steal people's images. It got so bad that my members had to create avatars and in some cases change their name because they were being victimized by this troll. And it was one person. Um, and the person created 100 YouTube accounts. And then he went all over the Whovian community and he started like ripping apart, attacking people. And it was really bad. And in some cases, he was so good at it that he had people believing that, from a fake YouTube channel, until we knew what to look for, that, he would attack people with a fake Matrix Lord 212 account. Now, this was YouTube, okay? We figured it out how to look for that. You look at the subscriber count to see if they have 1 or 2 subscribers compared to our own, and you could identify basically how or who the troll is. That was many years ago, and nothing like that has happened since. But the thing is, Twitter is a different site entirely, a different avenue that I'm not too familiar with. In the past, I have just shared videos with links and didn't interact. In the past couple of years, I started interacting, meeting people on Twitter. Twitter is a cesspool of friggin' a lot of negativity, some positive, but mostly negative. And I didn't know, like, I let my guard down, and I didn't really look for trolls. I didn't really know, like, the whole ins and outs of the whole, people creating fake accounts with Twitter and stuff like that. So a lot of things happened past 2 months that, was building up. And unfortunately, it was building up because people have built it up to get me pissed off, posing as other people. And, my YouTube channel was getting flooded with stuff, but yet I don't know how that worked, where they were using different accounts from not YouTube or whatever. But anyway, I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway, people were contacting me on Twitter, messaging me, pissing me off, acting as, my friends. Now, the weird thing is that I don't know how they calculated this, but when Noel's account went down, and I think other people's accounts went down, these mother effers created fake accounts at the same exact time. And when he would contact me under Noel Tartar Zone 2, then I would also get messages, which I called the third account, but it was just actually, I guess, saying 1, and then his account was reactivated 1. So it was 1, 2, but then the other account was contacting me. So, like, I don't know why I didn't piece it together, but even on my live stream, somehow fake stuff was put out there and people were pretending to be, like, I know Problem Being Lee was on there, but there was someone else pretending to be him with like an icon, same thing, and then messaging me and all these different things. And I was like, and it was like sort of like it's like so embarrassed to say, but like, I should have saw between the lines. I should have saw that people want a battle. People want to edge me on. People want to have us fight. And we already went through our differences and we became friends from it. So I didn't understand how on one end, I'm being praised by my friends, and then on the other end, I was being attacked and this and that. So a lot of stuff was going on in the meantime between all of this. I would say like this 2-month period. And I'm not making excuses, okay? Like us going through COVID-19, me almost getting stabbed on the train, which I talked about in my live stream. Me, the other night, I talked about the explosives, that like these firework, big bombs that were thrown at me. That I could have been seriously injured or killed with that. This was at nighttime also. I've had protesters a block away from my house. All these different crazy things that just is unheard of, like chaos times, right? While this is happening, I would have to go to work immediately. So like I could not digest this happening as business, show must go on type of mentality. But when I'm home, I would think about it and I would think about it and it would dwell on me, dwell on me. Like, why is this happening? Why are people evil? Why are people negative? And I would find myself going on Twitter and here and there and there. And I really, there was certain individuals on Twitter like I really looked up to in the past, like say Philip Morris finding missing episodes. But then when he started blatantly lying about, Jody leaving, I started getting really pissed off, because I guess that all the negativity consumed me in real life too. And I started like lashing out. And Eddie also was putting out bullshit out there, and I was like lashing out. And then I'm like, well, you know what? Let me try to just be, let me just, go on to have fun and talk about Doctor Who, and maybe Eddie's not a bad guy from Scarro. And I sort of like was talking about stuff on his thing, and I guess because I'm a writer, I write a lot of stuff, right? So I guess he took it the wrong way, and I'm telling him I didn't mean anything by it. I was just having fun. And he's like, well, I'm going to mute you because you're creeping me out. Now, one of the biggest things with me that lights a fire up my asshole is the fact when someone tries to silence my voice, like censorship. Facebook does it. This one, I get pissed. Different things. So if somebody who I'm trying to be nice to just wants all my tweets that were talking about Doctor Deeply muted because I tweeted way too much according to his eyes, when it's an open forum where you could communicate, I felt still to this day that I was wrong with that. So he muted me and I was pissed and I fucking made a video and I lashed out, whatever. And look here, I appreciate my fans that reached out to Eddie and all that stuff and trying to stick up for me. Thank you. You don't have to, but thank you. Okay. So I was pissed now with Eddie again and Philip Morris. And then I felt that these two individuals were using my friends. And I had said to Noah, I'm like, not for nothing, but these people are full of crap. That Gillian Anderson thing is ridiculous. It's an old rumor from 2009. You shouldn't put that on that channel. Taken the wrong way. Look, I know, I should just shut up. Just do my shit and shut the fuck up. But no, I was trying to be an idiot and look out. And of course, I would get offended too if somebody told me how to do my fucking channel too. So I need to shut up sometimes. So different things were happening. It was all this stuff jumbled together. It was the fake accounts. It was the multiple flagging of my channel. Now, to this day, I don't understand what the cause is of them flagging just about every video, including a donut lesson video, right? With everything happening, I was like, little by little throughout all the COVID months, I wasn't really putting out the content that people were used to. Okay, because emotionally, also, I released my book before COVID, and I just put a lot of effort into it. It took me years to do this book, and then nobody saw it because the bookstores were shut down. Now I did get some sales, but the launch kind of got ruined because of COVID-19, and I'm still trying to figure out how we can promote this book before the year is up. So I put a lot of effort and put everything I had, my heart and soul, into this book, and nobody got to see it. Went through COVID-19, working a lot, dealing with negativity, not getting into details about that, about people. But before I go into work, almost stabbed. There's all this stuff factored in, and little by little, and I started doing other videos besides Doctor Who. Still did Doctor Who stuff, but I did stuff like, Yvette was talking about how they had no Dunkin' Donuts in Blackpool. So I'm like, oh, let me do the donut lesson. I started doing food things and drink things, Starbucking, had fun. It was like a joke, cool. Oh, I'm eating this, I'm eating this. But it wasn't that I was turning into a damn food critic. So I know, like, one time Noel was saying something. I guess he wasn't really watching all my videos, and he said, oh, Joe stepped away from, make sure to step away from the Whovian community, and he's like a food critic or whatever it was. And I was like, I guess I was in the live stream at the time, and I'm like, well, not really, no, but like, it bothered me a little bit because I'm like, no, I never really stepped away, but I didn't say anything. I should have said something. But and then it was like all these trolls interfering and stuff like that, and it's like my mind should have caught on or researched how people could troll on Twitter and not even paying attention. And immediately what I was looking for was like, say the YouTuber count, subscriber count was like 1 or 2. I was looking for a troll that had a 2020 date, not realizing that there could be trolls on Twitter for, say, 2013 that have been there for years that just keep changing the name. And I didn't understand that they could change the name and the year would remain the same as if that account has been around since 2013. So there's a phony, like there was in the past. There was like a troll. There was a Tartar Zone, the Tartar Zone fan account. We know about that, right? And there was other things about Tartar Zone fans, but this one actually said Tartar Zone from 2013. But it must have been that they just changed it recently to just troll whatever, and then keep changing the name. So, or something. Somehow, I don't know what the hell, why I didn't catch on, especially with problem being fake accounts too. And then I started getting other accounts too, that names that looked familiar that I, whatever, and not putting 2 and 2 together to get 4 that, hey, somebody is bored in the Whovian community, troll, and just really wants to get us going, Now, people don't agree with stuff I say, and I don't agree with stuff they say, but the problem was that this stuff was magnified for 2 months to where it just exploded, so to speak. And I should have caught on to it. I shouldn't have and immediately when this happened, I'm like, you know what? Why am I keeping the podcast quiet, the live streams quiet? Let me bring back my shows. I was thinking, I was like, it's not fair that, okay, maybe I need time, but all these people who believe in me and they're on the show with me, now we've got to sit and wait or go elsewhere for their voice to be heard in the Whovian community, and they can't be on my show because I'm not doing my shows. That's not right. People really, our members, some people really like doing casts every day. And that's kind of effed up that I took all that time off with the casts, I'm thinking. So I'm like hard on myself with that. And then also too, like people being trolled on the cast. I don't like that either. I don't like my members getting trolled. So there was a whole bunch of factors. And then I just blew the fucking top. And people know that when I get pissed off, right? Matrix Lord 2 and 2 gets pissed off. I could be the meanest piece of shit there is. Total scumbag. Fucking nasty. Ripping you apart. I will fucking eat you. It's just a thing on and on and on and on. That if my calm self was dealing with my angry Matrix Lloyd 212 self, we would fucking battle, because the thing is just shut the fuck up, Matrix Lloyd. But no. And of course I'm a writer too, it's like whatever. So how about a word of advice to myself, you're fucking off on a Saturday. How about spend some fucking time with your girlfriend instead of fucking tweeting? Maybe that would be good, right? So this is what happened. Tweet. And I look about it now, I'm like, shut the fuck up, being myself. So of course, yesterday, today, a couple days, whatever, people getting pissed too. And it's and I'm not even penetrating, right? One fucking person got me. Hit a fucking home run, right? One person got through to me. One person you would never fucking expect. One person, right? The one that fucking pieced the ways, me and Noel, last time. Daniel sending me a message. He's like, he's like, you know, what I forget the exact wording of it, but he's like, dude, like, what's going on? Like, Noel just gave you a shout out last night in the stream. Like, you guys can't fight. Like, you know, whatever. You got to piece this out. You got to whatever. And I'm like, and I just stopped. So they're like, oh, no. I'm like, what? So, like, I'm like, wait a minute. He's giving me a shout out on a stream. And then I'm getting private messages pissing me off. And then I'm on Twitter and he's engaging me and we're fighting and he's calling me a clown. But why is he sending me private messages and pissing me off? And why has this been going on for months and stuff on my channel too? And so I'm like, let me just fucking stop for a second. And let me fucking DM fucking Noel Tardison. And I'm like, and I meet him, like, I'm like, why are you doing this? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, why you fucking praise me, then you bash me? Why? I was like, and Noel was like, he's like, I'm not the same person I was last year. You know this. And I'm like, you're Tardison 1, 2, and 3 on Twitter. And he's like, there's 1 and there's a 2. There's no 3. And I'm like, what do you fucking mean? So I took a picture of the fucking thing. Now, meaning 3, not actually 3, but I guess there's 2 accounts that have 1. But I'm not looking. I'm like, 2013, that's his first one made. Whatever. That he just didn't use. I don't fucking know. So he's like, that's not mine. And it was just a dumbfound. If he could see me, he'd probably laugh his fucking ass off. It was like the realization that this is a funny fucking video. I fucked up. Oh shit! How many fucking tweets? So I was like, you know the face on Facebook. It's like the fook, right? Like when we do what the fuck, the fook, right? So like, I'm like fucking staring at my screen, like, like what? So I'm like, it's the one moment in time that you hopefully never have, where you realize how fucking stupid you could be, meaning me. And I have to make fun of myself because I'm like, the fook. I was like, oh shit, I just fucking ripped the fucking piss. I don't know. And it was not right because he wasn't fucking saying shit. It was his motherfucking trolls. I need a Pepsi. Oh my god. No, last year, like when we were fighting, right? And he got mad. He's like, I'm gonna take a flight out to America and fucking fight you and shit. It was like, holy shit, right? But now, in his favor, he's not like saying that. He's not like, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna get a flight. I'm gonna get money. He was calm as cake. And it was like, he has changed. And he's not even fucking angry. And I was like, to myself, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I know I'm going through shit, right? But how could I fucking miss the boat on the trolling? And how could I not catch that shit? Right? And I was so offensive too that I even talked to Ian. I was kind of defensive with him too. You know, the greatest Doctor Who collector, world record holder. You know, he's a cool guy. And He said something to me, and I started lashing out to him, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, why am I lashing out to everybody? Am I blind that like this stuff is happening? That so much negativity that I'm just now I'm going fucking like that, right? So it was like a moment of clarity, and I just was quiet talking to no one. I'm just like just in another world for a second, and I'm just like, what the fuck did I do? Like, why? How could I be so fucking dumb? And I'm like, but I'm not a stupid person, but I guess I'm human. I'm not perfect, and I'm like, ah. So then I thought about it, and I was like, I'm not one that deletes tweets, right? Like I don't do that. I feel that if I made a mistake, right, that it needs to remain because I'm not looking to hide anything. So if I fuck up, you could shove it in my fucking face and I'll deserve it. So I'm like, well, do I delete these fucking 50 million tweets? Or do I leave it up? You know? I mean, I would want it as a guide that I fucked up, and people could, I don't put myself on a pedestal and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna, then it's like I'm hiding. I'm not looking to hide. I fucking genuinely fucked up. So I'm like, do I leave that shit up there? So then I'm like, and I'm like, just, I said, I was to text him a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, look, man, he's like, you know me. And I was like, I don't know anybody because I should know you. I do know you, but so much shit has happened lately that you would think you would have the world figured out, and you don't. You go to work, you could be fucking killed before you go to work. When did we ever fucking have this? When did I ever? I mean, sure, it could have happened, but like, Jesus Christ, like, you would trust a stranger too much, and then these people could fucking kill you. Now, this guy with the blade, it was like something out of a Dirty Harry movie where he's fucking walking down the train, coming towards me, taking the blade, rubbing it on his chest, pointing to me like I'm gonna fucking gut you. And all these people, when he's passing, he's directly right at me, and like I'm gonna be the victim, and he's not gonna go after anybody else. And they're all like, oh shit, oh, nobody fucking calling anybody. There was a lady that was sitting in the chair across from me. She went to call. She was shitting a brick, and I was not really. And me, I was just so. I wasn't scared. I was just so fucking disgusted because I was going to go to work and now I got to deal with this bullshit. So as he's getting so close, I take my phone and I immediately go to take a picture of him or whatever. He must have thought that I was live streaming or like Facebooking or something. He fucking shit. And he went, jumped down in the nearest seat, covered his face, and had the blade in his hand like this. The moment that train thing opened, he fucking jetted out of there at the next stop. Crisis averted, right? I was lucky. I mean, maybe I could have beat the shit out of him. He looked like a fucking skinny ass twig bitch. Probably could have beat the shit out of him, but maybe I could have been stabbed because I was too cocky. I don't know. So I'm getting off my stop at the train, and the lady is running towards me, and she's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You weren't scared? I was so scared. I called the police. They didn't stay. Like, what are they gonna do? It's a stop away. It's instantaneous. By the time the cop car comes, this kid could be a mile. This what is it? 20? Be a mile away. Can't get it. It's done. Immediately went right to work. Had to take all of that out of my mind. Focus on my work, which I do. Put it aside. Put it in a box. Put it away for later. That's it. Dwell on it when I have too much time on my hands, which when the one day I'm off, right? Or sleeping, awake, whatever. We have this situation with, we've had protesters from Staten Island, like, what the fuck? Thank God it was peaceful, but blocked from my house was a little crazy, not gonna lie. That's on my brain. Then it's on my brain that, oh, they're going to hit houses. They're going to do this. Maybe they'll work them on. There's that website. We're going to bomb this house. That's on my brain. Well, I have to work right. So then the thing with the explosions really affected me because I'm sitting down, I had my headphones on, listening to music. The explosion was so vibration that boom, that I moved. And I'm like, what? Looking around, I see the tree is on fire because the thing caught the tree fire on top. Like they tried to throw this big, huge bomb firework thing, and they couldn't get it over the fence, and it hit the top of the fence and the tree, and the tree top was on fire. So then I'm like, do I go over here? Do I go fucking there? Do I go over here? And all of a sudden, second fucking thing. Now, again, they couldn't get it over the fucking fence, and it was fucking louder than fuck. Now I'm totally moved. I don't know where the fuck to go. I gotta get on this train. I gotta go to work. Go to work. Out of my mind again. Home, thinking about it. Fucking, I can never take a train again, but I can't. I gotta go to work that way sometimes. So, they have to deal with that in real life. So, this whole thing with going through all this and that, this and that, everything added to it, not focused. And I made some fucking mistakes this month. I don't know what the fuck happened. With all this stuff happening, fucked up on certain things, stuck my eyes on eyes on the goal. No, I fucked up with certain bills too. All this stuff must have affected me, whatever. Never fucking had a problem with that. I fucked that up too. I paid the wrong fucking bills. Fucking human, I guess. Not perfect. So, talking to Nolan and stuff like that, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, I really did the wrong fucking thing. So I said to him, like, dude, like, I don't really know anybody. All this stuff, I don't know anymore. I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to stay off Twitter. Because Twitter is just a thing where I just don't understand. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to research how they control and different things and changing. I would think if they would change their name on Twitter, that it would change the year because that person didn't exist. That name didn't exist in 2013 or 2011 or whatever, but it doesn't. So, and I'm like, because even I was talking to Scott and I was talking to a few people and they're like, we'll mod for you, we'll block the stuff out. And then I'm thinking too, like, I don't know, like the thing that all my videos were getting so flagged, I don't know if it's just, maybe it's not the YouTube thing. Maybe it's that stupid program that they have, like YouTube Heroes or something, where people are saying, hey, this video fucking sucks, or block this video. Because the amount of videos was only as if I was under the microscope or somebody had a fucking man on me. Because there's no way you would even know I did all those videos. And the fact that I appealed tons, and one day they released 27 videos that were deemed okay. It must have been a trolling thing, and these people and different things. Because it got me discouraged too. I was talking to Scott, I'm like, why are we going to do fucking videos and podcasts and live streams? These fucking people, we're going to get fucking, nobody can see it. I was getting mad. So lo and behold, I posted a few things on Twitter. Said I was going to make a video, live stream. This isn't a live stream. It's recorded. Basically, this is the apology tour to Noel, to Artisan, to Problem Being, whoever else was a dick lately too. I'm sorry. And that's genuine. And fucking embarrassed by it too, because it's like, I should have fucking been on the ball. I should have caught that shit. Should have caught that shit. Nope. Didn't catch that shit. Going through a lot. It's just, there's so much. Haven't even seen my kids in God knows how long. That bothers me too. My babies. Crazy shit. So, no excuses. Matrix Lord 212 fucked up. He's sorry. I'm sorry, no. And I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. Ian and Daniel and everybody. And that's that. Don't even know what else to say. As far as Doctor Who news goes, still getting stuff in my source. Probably shouldn't have been as fucking animated as I was, but you know, it is what it is. I wasn't aware of budget cuts because, them getting money from China and HBO Max and BBC, of course, paying for it with the licensing and all that. I wasn't aware that BBC was skimming on their shit, which, didn't know that. But, this whole thing about, the budget's cut was cut, I guess, for Series 13. Now, here's the thing. It could be a mutual thing. It could be like a discussion. Like, we know that Toss and Cole had work. We know that Bradley Walsh had work. They could have said like about the budget, and they said, well, we got to go anyway. Maybe it was a mutual thing. Maybe it wasn't a thing where they said, hey, you got to go. Maybe that never happened. But lo and behold, Bradley Walsh and Toss and Cole are gone. And the budget cut thing would not be noticed because they don't have to pay them. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know the ins and outs of the budget cut thing, but he told me about the budget cut thing. So, like, Jodie would still get her pay, and they wouldn't have to pay two companions. Now, from what he told me, the timeless child thing is going to be addressed in the special, but unfortunately, we may be pissed off even further. And that is not cool. And supposedly he said that Chibnall is going to have more questions than answers. He's not really going to reveal or explain too many things, but you're going to be left with tons of questions, which means that we're probably going to be upset, or some of us are going to be upset that are so tied to canon originally that we don't like canon being broken. So, but the storyline continues obviously in Series 13. Now, I would like and hope that the Timeless Child thing does not take over the 60th anniversary special, because I would be pretty and highly agitated. And it's all about the spacing. So, from what I understand, the deal with HBO Max and HBO Max and China, is that it is set in stone that it's 10 episodes plus a special for every single year. Okay? Which means now we're talking about stuff getting delayed. Now, another thing told me is that they started filming. Now, what does that mean? Did they film something with actors other than Jodie and everybody else? Maybe a villain or maybe something in a soundstage on September 30th or October 1st? Possibly. Filming is filming. They could have did that. I don't know exactly the date that he said that it started filming, because it's from the UK, and when he's contacting me, it's another day, so I'm not sure if he meant the previous day, but he said that they started filming. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, it makes sense because they wrapped Series 12 on Halloween in 2019. Just imagine that with COVID and everything, they haven't filmed in almost a year, 11 months basically, right? Because it just turned October, right? So they haven't filmed in 11 months. That's crazy. So if they were able to film, it wouldn't be unbelievable, and it could be possible like the Batman they were filming and then had to stop filming. So regardless, something was filmed for Series 13 from what he said. And I genuinely believe him because he has never been wrong, except because the date changed with, I guess, Series 12, and it aired, you know, we thought it was going to be later. They made it earlier. And also the special too, like the special was held back, and usually that's not done. Now we still don't know if this special is going to take place after after resolution, meaning it's connected to that, meaning it takes place before the Thomas Child, but then at the end of the special they could flash forward for 5 minutes with Jody in the Jejune prison and then address the Thomas Child thing. We're not sure, but the evidence that we had was that the composer and Amanda Gill had hinted that this was a prequel to Thomas Child. So again, when I said all this stuff about the Daleks and everything, and they wound up moving it, it was true, but it changed because the special was placement of it. So they could have chosen Spyfall ahead of this Dalek thing that probably, if you remember, the Witchfinders was supposed to be earlier and they pushed it back later, right? Placement of the episodes. So it could have been that this was always intended to be the first episode and not the special, and they kind of switched shit. We don't know that yet until we see the special. Because if we see the special and all of a sudden they say takes place right after resolution, then you're like, oh shit, okay, this was supposed to originally be episode 1 of series 12. So there's that. I said Captain Jack was in it. I said Captain Jack was on set for the Dalek thing also. And he wasn't. And people were so dead set against me. Even some of my old members, like Beefhead, was saying, Captain Jack's not come back. He came back. And it's just, you don't know with Doctor Who what's going to happen. You can never predict. People were dead set against Christopher Eccleston coming back. I said, he's definitely coming back one day to Doctor Who. You've seen me on my podcast saying it. And I said, he's going to be in the 60th, I believe. We'll see with that. And I'm not going to try to be a dick about that either. I'm going to be calm about it. If I called it, I'm going to be happy. But I got to calm the fuck down sometimes like this. So, because I've been really fucking, I'm passionate about Doctor Who. I don't think that will ever change. But anyway. I mean, there's stuff going on in Doctor Who I'm not happy with. Like, people know I don't like Chris Chibnall. I'm not a fan of his writing. I think he's a friggin' hack, copying shit off everybody. I hate the way he was, he just fucking sucked in my eyes. Will that change? Probably not. I was hard against Jodie before I got to see her film, ripped her apart, and then opened my mind after 450 Whovian's cast. And then I liked her. And I don't blame her for anything. I don't blame her when she's told not to watch Doctor Who, and then she does on her break. I don't blame her, period. She's an actor that just is giving scripts, and the scripts suck ass, and she has to act. Just like Capaldi said, the scripts could be the worst, and you got to fucking make sure that it's so believable that that cardboard box monster will destroy the universe. You got to put on the fucking performance of your fucking life. And it's true. And as long as you give the greatest fucking performance ever, people should take that into account. And I guess they're not with her, but I can't control that. I would love, as I said many times over, someone else as a showrunner, even, let's just say Neil Gaiman, he does an episode for Jodie, and Neil Gaiman is in charge of the whole fucking episode. And Chip Dawn has nothing to do with it, right? Just like a director, everything, right? He will make her fucking amazing. Just like Russell T. Davies wrote for Matt Smith's 11th Doctor and Sarah Jane Adventures. He was fucking amazing. He made him look fucking amazing. Like Russell T. Davies. It's like, oh, thank God we got Russell Davies to write for Matt Smith. How fucking cool is that? Great shit, right? So this is a Doctor Whovian podcast. No, this is an apology tour for the Whovian community thing, and this is also some Doctor Who news. And I think now it's time for me to do some podcasts. So again, apologize to Mo, Hard Zone, and Problem Bean and Lee and Daniel and Ian and tons of people. Just Dan too, a whole bunch of people. And that's it. And there you go. Song's over. Take care, bye for now.